Welcome back to Florida Sportsman Best Boat. Join our hosts George Labonte and Rick Riles as they take a closer look at the Sheaffer S280. Representing the 27 to 30 foot class in the center console category, the Sheaffer S280 has an overall length of 28 feet 2 inches, a beam of 9 feet 6 inches, and a max horsepower rating of 600. Designed for versatility and blue water ready, she has a draft of 17 inches, a dead rise of 16 degrees, a dry weight of 5,900 pounds, and a fuel capacity of 170 gallons. Now, let's hear more from our hosts, George Labonte and Rick Riles.
We're standing here today on a boat, Rick, that I've been waiting to see for a very long time. There's been a lot of buzz about it in certain circles. Meet the new Sheaffer S280.
It's the brainchild of Ben Sheaffer, who has built boats. Now, gosh, his dad was a shipbuilder. His sister designed nuclear submarines. Ben builds fishing boats, and he's been building a long time. You talk about a loyal following, Ben Sheaffer has a loyal following.
I'd almost go as far to say a cult following.
All right, we can't talk about her anymore without drilling into the nuts and bolts. There's a lot of stuff to look at on this one.
Let's start right here. If we're calling it a hybrid, there's no point in having all the attributes of a big water boat, but none of the attributes, as far as the deck layout is concerned, of an inshore boat, okay? This is a boat that you can fish inside with. You've got this elevated deck in the front, okay? That's gonna get you up. You're able to see, you can fight fish, walk around here. It's obviously very roomy, okay? Now, if you've got an offshore boat, you're gonna need to use that space for other things that are gonna be more important to you offshore. Storage. Gigantic fish box right here, insulated, 4 inches of foam. I mean, keeps ice for days. Storage to put gear in. You've got 2 boxes underneath you there in the front. You've also got 2 other boxes here, all dry boxes. These 2 boxes also feature rod lockers. You can put rods, full length offshore rods, up inside there and lock them away, get them out of the way. So you're really doing 2 things with the same real estate.
This is a perfect description of this platform. It's a hybrid platform.
Ideal height.
Right, you're still plenty in the boat, and in big water I wouldn't be nervous about being here, but it gets me up high enough to gaff, fight, or cast net from. Let me tell you about that drink box. It's not just insulated. The walls are extra thick. The lid, you ought to see the lid on that thing. The gasket is monstrous. That will hold some drinks for a long time.
All right, we've established he knows how to build insulated boxes, Rick, and there's incidentally another dry storage box right in the center deck here too, but there's a lot more to look at. Why don't we move to the center of the boat?
Hold on a second, buddy, before you go too far. I got to spend some time with 2 of Ben's employees this morning. They were prouder of this console door and the design of it than a lot of people are their first child. It looks like it came off of one of the ships that his dad ran. I mean,
exactly.
It's that kind of quality to it. But the console itself is a solidly built work of art.
With Ben, its details are everything. Inside the console, you know, it's a large console, big enough to store a bunch of stuff. There's actually an 8-man raft in there right now. You could put a head in it. But more importantly, Ben thinks about the guy that has to work on the boat. And he said to me, you're either going to be paying somebody hourly to work on the boat or you're going to be doing it. So everything that's behind here is so easily accessible on the inside. It's really well thought out, of course, meticulously wired. You know, and there's just little touches that you see when you start going through the boat. I'm going to give you an example. Inside this little hatch right here, how about push button batteries? You've got the regular battery selector switches in the console with all your fuses, a voltmeter, so you can monitor the battery condition. But in here, we've got Bocatech switches. You can just power up the batteries through a switch down inside.
Yeah, but you know what you had to unscrew to get to all of that? Nothing.
Exactly.
Everything's on, everything's got its own hatch, everything just lifts out. Perfect. George, I don't even know why I like it so much back here. Tell me this isn't classic sport fish boat.
You know what? I'll tell you what it is. It's the look of a custom boat here. You don't see a hard right angle anywhere. Everything is radius. You know, we were talking just a minute ago about, look at the swell here, this little curve to the transom. I mean, the lines of the boat are pretty. I mean, it goes beyond being functional. It's pretty too.
You know, I used to think the bigger the fish box, the better, but let's be realistic. Either by choice or necessity, we don't kill as many fish as we used to. Now I love these long in-deck boxes that you can throw 20, 30 pounds of ice in there and keep your catch cold all day long.
One of those is big enough for most people's offshore day, okay, but you've got 2 of them, again, with the insulation that you love. You've got another wet storage area here, access to the pump room right there. I mean, all your pumps and systems. This boat has a porta bracket, the scissor jack on the back of the boat. You've got your hydraulic pumps and stuff right there. Very easy to get to, easy to service right through here.
So if you were at a point in your boat owning career where you know exactly how you want it and you want to find the guy that can do it for you and can steer you in the right directions, because he's already told us there's some things that people bring him that he won't do because he knows better. But let me tell you what, if you're on the level of Ben Sheaffer and you think about every detail of everything in your life, you need to see the Sheaffer S280.